Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, we're going back into the Upside Down with our first look at the new season of Stranger Things. Then, what is the wine to serve this fall? Our mistress of Merlot, Leslie Miller, is here with the answer. And, per usual, y'all have a lot to say this week, especially about our foodie friend Stephanie Hansen, or, I'm sorry, the Tomato Lady. We're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Pine City. Good morning, Waseca. Good morning, Kenmore, Washington. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please join me in saying hello to my sidekick sister from another mister in Sears Employee of the Month. It's the softer side of Kendall Mark.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I used to love that. Was it the Sears Roebuck catalog?
Sears catalog, yeah.
Yeah, we used to get that in like the big fat Macy's one
Yep.
and cut out pictures of the stuff we liked.
I was reading an article, I think I referenced it before, it made me sad for all the folks at Sears. You know, there was a two-year period of time where Sears could have been Amazon.
Really?
They could, yeah. They already had the infrastructure in place with their catalog department. Because back in the day, you could order tractors from the Sears catalog.
Right.
You could order coffins.
A house.
A house. And they had all the infrastructure, and then new management came in around, I think, the early 90s and started not putting as much focus on the catalog. What? And yeah, they could have been they were Amazon before Amazon, but
wow.
Yeah, Sears was a big deal in the in the latter half of the 20th century, and then now they're gone. They're basically gone. There's a few left, but anyway, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you this Monday morning?
Well, Kendall, I have a question for you. Where's my phone? You know, I would encourage all of you to follow Kendall on the social medias. It's Kendall Mark. And if you're on there too, you want to follow this goofy guy, go ahead, Jason Matheson. But Kendall, may I ask you a question about your personal social media? Do you mind?
My personal life and social media, yes, please.
I saw, let me pull this up here. Do we have a picture? Leo, go ahead and put this up. I saw you post this on your Instagram account. And then I saw you in that outfit at a restaurant here in Minneapolis called the Monte Carlo, which is right down the road from my house.
Yes.
It's the oldest restaurant, I believe, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. May I ask you, why were you dressed as a flapper girl a month before Halloween?
Why not, right? Well, honestly, it was kind of ridiculous. So my sister Chloe and I had not seen the new Downton Abbey movie from 2019. And so we were like, we want to watch it, we want to watch it. Well, my mom has been under the weather. That's why we haven't had book club. We will get it back, don't worry. She's been sick for a while, very sick. And so we thought, Chloe had this idea that, like, what if we get dressed up in these ridiculous flapper costumes that because we're the Mark women we have in our closets, and just go out to the Monte Carlo room, because, like you said, it's old and classic and lovely, and my mom loves it. And then we went back to Chloe's house and watched a movie.
You kind of answered my question. Did you go to the Party City, or did you guys have all of that? You have those outfits in your closet automatically? Yeah,
I had 3 options. I chose that look.
Who has 3 flapper options ready to go in their closet?
I do.
May I don't want to get too much more into this, but why?
Well, one was a dress that I wore in high school. One was an outfit that I had for my bachelorette party. And another one was just like this cute dance costume thing that we've had in the past. And I just hoard treasures like that.
I must have missed Flapper Day at my high school. I didn't know that was a thing in Red Wing, Minnesota.
It wasn't. It just, I have a dress that resembled like it's the one my sister Ellie was wearing. It's a little less flapper.
You do you. I love it. Go out there and be yourself.
Right?
Because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong.
Yes.
Now, I will make fun of you here, but go ahead and go do it.
I think we talk about this all the time. It's like life is short, man. Yep. And with my mom, with how sick she's been, we're like, let's have fun.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
Go to the Monte Carlo.
Yeah, get an egg salad sandwich and some wings.
That's right. They have, their wings are so good. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. First up, Netflix dropped the trailer for Stranger Things Season 4 yesterday, and it looks a little creepy. Let's look at this.
Stars shining bright above you.
Children, no running.
Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
Could you maybe clarify what sort of clues we're supposed to be looking for here?
The world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes.
Okay. I'm confused, but that's good. I don't want to know everything about the season. And they left Indiana, didn't they? They all kind of spread out at the end of the last season.
This is not my show. I'm sorry.
I know. No, I'm just talking to you guys.
Right.
They all kind of spread out. So are they back together? Are they in a new town? Are they not in Indiana? Why are they investigating? They're obviously investigating that house, which obviously has some sort of paranormal activity going on in there.
Right. And this gives nothing away because I have no idea what the show's about. So it was like, no spoilers, it's
No.
fine. But from what I understand is that happens back in time, then this, and I'm curious, this house is obviously part of the season because it's named after the house, but
Yeah.
was it relevant in other seasons?
I don't know. Do you guys know? Tweet us on the Facebook or whatever. I don't know. I watched the show. I don't remember any references to that house.
There's a man that I think you might know that's part of this house. Again, I haven't watched it, so I'm
I
like
love that
speaking in riddles
you
right
know
now.
more about the show and you didn't watch it and I did.
I try.
No, your effort, I'm duly noted. A+.
Thank you.
I made a note in your record.
Plus, plus.
The new season, by the way, will hit no, see, next year.
I
Now, why do you
know.
do that? We're going to forget about it. Why can't you release it? It's going to be a year from now?
Gives me plenty of time to catch up.
Yeah,
maybe.
you have plenty of time to catch up on the last 3 seasons. Next in the dish, more Netflix news. We're getting our first look at season 2 of Bridgerton. Let's look at this.
I can hear you.
Pardon me, my lord.
I never got your name. I was wondering if we'd meet again.
So you might discern if my wit is acceptable, my manners genteel.
You were eavesdropping.
It was hardly an effort, seeing as you were proclaiming your many requirements for a wife, loud enough for the entire party to hear.
You take issue with my requirements?
I take issue with any man who views women merely as chattels and breeding stock.
None of that was meant for you.
Viscount Bridgerton, yes. When you manage to find this paragon of virtue, whatever makes you think she will accept your suit? Are the young ladies of London truly so easily won by a pleasing smile and absolutely nothing more?
So you find my smile pleasing?
I find your opinion of yourself entirely too high. Your character is as deficient as your horsemanship. I shall bid you good night.
Okay, so Dude is the older brother of
Anthony.
of the main character from last season.
Correct.
And this season is going to be all about him.
Correct.
And not the character played by Regé-Jean Page.
Correct.
He's not in it anymore.
Killing it.
Well, maybe a little bit. Is that what we're hearing? Is he maybe a tad?
Nobody knows. There's rumors abound, but it's not about him. And we've been told at one point we were told that he was not involved.
Do we care enough about the brother to be interested?
Yes.
Well, okay. Shiver me timbers. I mean, I like him in real life. I didn't really care about his character last year. So my question is, if the whole season's going to be about the brother and not Regé-Jean
Daphne.
Page, I don't know if I'm buying a ticket to the train.
I'm going to watch it, and here's why. Because Anthony had an interesting sort of character twist and development as the season went on, and I liked that you sort of saw that from all of the siblings, even though it was about the main love story. The thing that people loved about Bridgerton, though, other than the costumes and the beauty and the pageantry, was that connection between those two, though. And I don't know if you can make that magic again.
Let's be clear. People like Bridgerton because of all the booty shots. Let's just... You can be fancy and say it's really highbrow. I know why I watched it. And it had nothing to do with plot points.
Couldn't name a single character.
Hashtag just being honest. The new season, again, drop a year from now. Don't know what they're doing here. Next in the dish, in honor of the Tony Awards, CBS Sunday Morning interviewed Adrienne Warren, the actress who plays Tina Turner in the Tina Turner musical. And she talked about what it's like becoming the legend. Look at this.
I looked up to her for as long as I can remember. I mean, there wasn't a time where my parents didn't play her music in my household. And I had never seen another woman sing rock and roll that looks like me.
Hello there, stranger.
Hello!
From their very first meetings, Turner made sure she would be there for any advice that Warren needed.
You know, I didn't see you dance yet.
I know. You haven't.
Can you do the pony?
Yes, of course.
Do it a little bit.
Right now?
Yeah.
You know, from the beginning, she asked our producer, she said, let Adrienne come and sit with me and tell her she can ask me anything she wants. And I thought, what?
You do it from the foot, not from your shoulders. And then when you go faster and faster and faster, and then your head goes with it.
One of the first things she said to me.
Oh, I could watch that all day long. Adrienne must perform 24 songs in the show, and she rarely leaves the stage. For her work, she won the Tony for Best Actress in a Musical last night. By the way, Miss Turner is an executive producer for the show. I'll say it again for all the people in the back. One of the best concerts, I don't care what concert I go to in the future, one of the top 5 will always be Tina Turner live. Always, in 1996. The Golden Eye Tour. She's the best. And all of you that missed the chance to see her live, I feel bad for you. Because she's an icon. She's a legend. She's Tina Turner. And I want to see this musical.
That would be exhausting. I mean, Tina Turner is a legend because she can do these exhausting performances for hours and hours. So Adrienne being able to do that every night.
It's a feat, yeah.
Go girl.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Back in a moment, friends. More hot topics are coming up in the hot dish. Next, Sarah Jessica Parker is paying tribute to her beloved friend, Willie Garson.
We begin with incredible cake.
Then, it is like a warm blanket on a chilly day. The Great British Bake Off is back, and we already have our favorites. Also ahead today, it's fall dinner party season, and if you're getting ready to host, which wine is super hot this season? Wine diva Leslie Miller has the answer. And a local baker who's also a dear friend of our show is vying for the title of Halloween Baking Champion on the Food Network. Megan from the Thirsty Whale is here. That and more when the Jason Show continues. One of my all-time favorite songs, and absolutely my favorite from Wicked. That is Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth reuniting last night at the Tony Awards. Oh, chills. It is just such a good song. We had it played at our wedding. We did a little montage with our pictures of our family and friends. And yeah, even executive producer Jeff made that montage.
Look at you.
That's right, he did. Did you? Actually, no, I think I cut you for time.
Sounds about right.
Sounds right. You know, on Mondays, we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, my friend?
Good, thanks. Happy Monday. We're kicking off a new week.
That's right. And we're going to start with Britney Spears. It turns out her father kept a close watch on her at all times. Like, how close?
Like super like hidden device in the bedroom, allegedly. Close.
Gross.
There is a new Britney documentary that came out over the weekend, and in it, there's obviously interviews with a lot of people who were tied to Britney, but one of those interviews includes someone who is tied into her security team, who says Jamie Spears had audio recording devices in Britney's room. He'd listen to her conversations and figure out what was going on in her personal life. And if this is true, look, this is only a claim, and we need to be sure of that. I mean, it's disturbing.
That's gross. That's just vile.
And at the bottom of it, look, if you're looking at Jamie's side, maybe he thought that she was doing or trying to do something that could put her own life at risk. But if that wasn't the case, and to invade someone's privacy like that is just really, really obscene.
We haven't talked about this next person for a while. Helen Hunt. Who is she suing?
So we actually covered the story back in 2019, and we had a dramatic video. Helen was in the back of a limo service SUV. And you see it there. Her driver thought that it was okay to clear the intersection. Clearly that wasn't the case, and you see it roll over there. Helen was in that vehicle. And she says, look, this obviously was scarring to me. It injured me. It was damaging. And she's suing the company for this accident for what she says was negligence by the driver. So interesting to see how this one plays out in court, but obviously you saw the accident there. It could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. Okay, I barely want to read this, and I'm sure you barely want to talk about this.
I saw this on our list.
Yeah, but here, I'm just going to get it out of the way. Here's what they wrote for me in the teleprompter.
Yes.
Hey, Brad, tell us about Michael Jordan's used underwear.
Well, not only are they used underwear, Jason, but someone thought that they needed a pair of these used underwear because they sold at an auction over the weekend for $2,700. And in the auction description, it says that there is evidence of definite use in these underwear.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Now wait just a darn minute. Evidence of certain use?
Of definite use.
Okay.
So we'll leave it there.
Well, thank you. Brad, thank you for being the classy guy that I knew you are. Well, that's all we have to say about that. Thank you, Brad.
Perfect. That works with me.
Perfect. Have a good week. More on Michael Jordan's underwear at tmz.com. Yes, Kendall, anything you want to say? By the way, if you want to go to, we have put on eBay Kendall's flapper dress. We're selling that for, we're going to start the bid at $25. There we go.
There's wine on the left pocket.
Shocking. Shocking that there's a wine stain on it.
Oops.
Oops. That was just vile.
I wonder how Michael feels about it.
Right? I wouldn't want anyway, let's move on. Gross. Next in the dish, Sarah Jessica Parker is opening up about the death of her Sex and the City co-star and, more importantly, her dear friend of decades, Willie Garson. She posted a lengthy message on the gram saying, in part, Willie, I will miss everything about you and replay our last moments together. I will reread every text from your final days and put pen to our last calls. These were his last words to me. Quote, great bangles all around. Yes, Godspeed, Willie Garson. Sweet, you know, people are just awful. And people were coming, there were some trolls on the internet coming down on SJP for not releasing a statement within 24 hours. And I thought, you disgusting troll, bottom-dwelling, sewer-dwelling idiots. Everybody mourns. This was a lesson I learned a long time ago. You don't really judge how people mourn. Everybody mourns differently. That's why when at funerals, if people aren't crying, that maybe they're not ready to cry. And for her, who cares if she doesn't release it? We don't deserve. Who are we? She can release a statement when she wants to. And if it's a dear friend, the last thing on her mind should be, oh my goodness, I got to craft a pithy statement on Instagram. Oh, get over yourself. Leave her alone. She released a statement when she was ready to, and that's a beautiful statement.
She did the whole sentiment. I mean, the writing, it really, I think anyone who has a friend that you've ever loved and lost, it pulled at your heartstrings. So. Yeah,
because it turns out they weren't just friends on the show.
No.
You know, like Carrie and Stanford, they were friends as SJP and Willie. They were as close. And you know, just leave people alone when they're mourning. I mean, pick on people for other reasons, but you bottom-dwelling losers. Next on the dish, I watched the first episode of the new season of the Great British Baking Show. We'll talk about it, but first, here's a little clip from the premiere.
We begin with incredible cakes.
Oh my God, that's going in my eye. Come on.
With a delicious childhood favourite.
Because they're mini, you've got to get it really tight. That panicked me.
One of the all-time tea time classics.
I just want to come off. This is a joke. It's very gooey.
A mind-bending showstoppers.
I feel sick.
That defy the laws of gravity.
To me.
To you.
The cake is on the move, people.
To me.
To you.
I'm so scared it's going to fall. Worst thing that could happen is that I will be walking towards the judges and I will trip over and go head first into my own cake.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
We begin with incredible.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I won't, well, you can kind of guess how that happened. Okay, I said it before. The world is a Nutter Butter's place. This is just like a warm, like a whoopee that you just want to curl up with. That's what I called a blanket when I was a kid, whoopee. Anyway, you just want to curl up with it, and I'm so glad it's back. I have favorites already, and there's some person that already kind of creeps me out. So spoiler alert. First, I'll focus on the positive. I love Amanda, who you saw with the cake there.
At the end with the cake with the shark? Okay.
I love Maggie, who looks like Prue. She cracks me up. I'm glad whoever went home went home. And then the star baker this week, Jurgen. I want to be proved wrong, but he creeps me out.
How so? What's the heebie-jeebie vibe?
Large eyebrows.
That's it? Large
They
eyebrows?
look like Chewbacca offspring sleeping on his head. Just a little, like little Wookiees on his head. And he just gives me, your dog's in a lot of pain, mister. Well in the basement vibes. I don't know. I want to be proved wrong because Jurgen seems like he's nice. But I'm just being honest. He kind of creeps me out.
That was a very descriptive way to phrase it. I have a full image in my head.
Perfect. Good. And let's see here. I'm glad. Yeah, Lizzie's, I don't know about Lizzie, and Giuseppe I love. So Giuseppe's fantastic.
Okay.
So it's just another good season. However, I really would like, I don't love the hosts. I want a woman up in there. It's a lot of men. And normally that would not be a problem for me. But on this, I would like a woman co-host. Because you have the Matt Lucas guy from Bridesmaids and Noel. No, I miss, what was it, Sue? I miss Sandy and I miss Sue from like the first 5 seasons.
You always need a woman.
I'm joking. I mean, sure. The new season is available on Netflix, and new episodes drop every week. You do, Kendall, you do.
You just don't want the emails.
I don't want the emails, but I do love women. Next on the dish, just in time for scary movie season, your chance to buy a real-life haunted house. Kendall, listen to this.
Thank God.
This home in Rhode Island that inspired the movie The Conjuring can now be yours. It features 14 rooms and over 3,100 square feet of haunted property. In the 70s, the family that lived in the house reported a series of ghostly experiences. Paranormal investigators said it was haunted by the spirit of a witch. The home is selling for $1.2 million.
Yep.
I think it should be sold to like a paranormal, like a museum or something. It should just be a museum. Whoever buys it, open it up as a museum.
The people who bought it in 2019 did start it as like sort of people and investigators could stay there because they are paranormal investigators, and they said that like it is for sure haunted and they've seen outlinings of ghosts and spirits, and that they also would like someone to just sort of keep it as that way.
You are just Encyclopedia Britannica today. Look at you.
It is fascinating. Read all about that house.
Believe me, my friend Dawn McClain, the executive producer of the radio show who's on our show, who's a paranormal investigator, she's like, yeah, that is real haunted, like capital R. Like there are real ghosts up in there. No, there's no way. I wouldn't even spend the night in that house.
Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. I won't even walk in.
No. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. Well, there's a little bite in the air, and that means fall is upon us. And when it comes to fall wines, it's all about Pinot Noir.
That's right.
You're not on yet. Here with details. Wait your turn, Leslie. Here with details on why it's the perfect fall grape. Now it's her turn. It's the wine diva, Leslie Miller.
I can talk. I love it. Okay. It's Pinot season. Do you know what you call a person who loves Pinot Noir? Speak. Come on, Jason.
Speak? What am I, Lassie?
Speak.
I don't know. I was trying to be a Pinot person.
Pinophile.
Pinophile. I
Yes.
don't know if I like that, but
Okay.
but Pinot Noir. This is now. Because a couple years ago, and we did a summer segment, and you were like, "Oh, it's the summer of rosé."
Yes.
And you were that dramatic about it.
I probably
now,
was.
Why? Let's just set the table here. No pun intended. Why is Pinot Noir the grape for fall 2021?
Well, when you think about all of the things that you're eating in the fall, whether it's root veggies or mushrooms, all the really fun things that you're sort of snuggling into this time of year, crock pot season, braised meats, things like that, Pinot Noir is the absolute grape for all of it.
Oh, okay.
Perfect for pairing to everything.
Now, also, and I'm sure people watching are looking at the table going, when I thought of Pinot Noir, Leslie Miller, wine diva, mistress of Merlot, I didn't know that Pinot Noir were different shades.
Yes, this is 50 Shades of Pinot this morning, Chase.
Not touching that one. Go ahead. Okay.
Let's start with white Pinot. So
Who knew?
literally, when you squeeze out a red grape into your palm, the juice is all white.
Okay.
So you really only get colors from red wines when the skins are actually sat in contact with their juice. Now, this is just the juice from the grape without any skin contact. Give it a try.
Okay, this is white Pinot.
White
The
Pinot.
brand here is Left Coast.
Left Coast, and this one's from
You're writing
Oregon.
down at home.
Yes, this one is from Oregon. It still tastes like Pinot,
Oh,
right?
it's like a clear Pepsi back in the 90s.
Yeah, Pepsi Zero. Yes, delightful. So, lots of really beautiful cherry notes going on here, and I love this wine with a great cheese board this time of year.
Oh, I love this wine with a Twinkie. This is really good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's delish. It also has like some really cool citrus notes. Now, as you're moving through some of these shades, then you have light skin contact. So that's when you have a rosé. And actually, this one's from Germany. This is Villa Wolf, and what I really like about this little Pinot Noir rosé is that it's great again as a transitional wine for this time of year.
What do you mean transitional? Oh, you mean
Transitional.
like from
like
summer
your
to
summer, your fresh poppy whites into your sultry reds, and I know a lot of Minnesotans love. This is such a great wine for the holidays, actually. Stuffings, turkeys, again, roasts, braised meats, things like that.
I like that one better.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have bubbles. Did you know that Pinot Noir is at the center of a lot of bubbles?
No, I didn't. I honestly did not.
It's one of the main grapes. I'm going to give you a little cava.
Cava.
That is 100% Pinot Noir. Now, this one's a rosé. This little Neagle from Austria is also Pinot Noir. And then Pinot Noir is one of the main grapes in the region of Champagne, the main region for making all of the beautiful bubbly.
Because I always we like to remind people, Champagne is called Champagne because of the region.
That's right.
The
exactly.
region.
Exactly.
Mighty fine.
Yes, so delicious.
What bottle is this so the audience knows which
This
one
is Juve y Camp, and this is a wonderful, teeny tiny little winery that I've been to in Spain on the east side. And it's just so delish because it's dry, it's fresh, it's vibrant.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is, write that down. Go get that. That's real good. I'll be returning to this after the show.
Okay. And then remember that Pinot Noir is from around the globe. So it literally grows all over the place. I have a little Italian Pinot.
Okay.
Now, Italian Pinots tend to be a little bit spicier. So if you like Pinots on the more sour cherry side, a little bit of that like fresh spice kind of going on, really good with like charcuterie. So think about that with like salamis, prosciutto, things like that. No, not your style, not your speed. Okay.
No,
spicy.
admittedly, I'm not an Italian wine lover.
Okay.
So, and I taste the spicy.
All Italian.
I'm thinking of cinnamon. I'm thinking of Big Red Gum.
Okay, yeah.
And I can't do cinnamon anything.
Okay.
Because I downed a bottle of Aftershock on my 21st birthday, and I ate the crystals on the bottom of the bottle.
TMI.
So I can't do anything cinnamon. So I have to put that down now.
All right, so you get a little bit of the barrel note coming in from the cinnamon. Now, this one is from Chile.
Oh.
Now we're moving into some warmer regions, and remember that when you're having Pinot Noir from warmer regions of the world, you actually get big gobs of fruit. And Chile, what I love about this is, again, you get a little tingle of that spice that comes in, but if you're thinking about barbecue this time of year, reach for the Chilean Pinots, because I think...
I'm thinking this is good.
Smoky, a little
Smoky.
bit, yes. It has that nice savory component to it that actually goes well with barbecue.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
Not the spicy one. And which one is this again? Pointed out to the audience.
This is the Erezuriz. This is from Chile, the Max.
Okay.
Yep.
Write that down, everybody.
Yep. And then don't forget California. Obviously, we love California, but we covered a good span here, from Oregon to France to Chile, Austria.
We did it all.
Remember, try them all on from every region.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
And cheers. Look at you, did the little like that. I don't, how much did you drink before we started the segment? Thanks to Leslie. Go to amusewine.com. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. We're going to take a break. Cheers. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. That Leslie Miller.
Oh, there it is.
There we
that whenever Leslie comes, you can taste everything, but you never need me to taste it.
No, I never do. I'm all good.
Never need
I got
me
it. I got it covered. Welcome back. It's time to see what you have to say about the show, the good, the bad, or whatever. Roll it, Leo. Let's open up the Jason Show mailbag. Okay, first up, a few of you offered up a correction. I love when we get corrections. Following our story, are remembering the Mary Tyler Moore Show anniversary on Friday. Read this. Dana says, I don't want to feel like I'm correcting you, but Betty White isn't the only last living actor from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. John Amos played Gordy, the sports guy, for several seasons. And Dana, you are absolutely right. My point was the main cast, like that were in the opening title sequence. Of that main cast, Betty's the only one left. But yeah, you're right. The great John Amos, who's also on Good Times, did Maude. Yes, he's a sitcom legend in his own right. Next up, a comment about Stephanie Hansen, who our new friends in Seattle are all calling, quote, the Tomato Lady. Which I can't wait to tell her that. This is the best thing ever, because of the first segment that they saw her on when she shared all of her tomato canning techniques. William from Washington says, I can't get enough of the Tomato Lady. Sorry. I love that she did her interview in the bathroom. Yes, that was Friday. She joined us live from Vegas. Here it is. Or yeah, it was on Thursday. Stephanie was live inside of her bathroom in a suite in Las Vegas for her entire interview. And I called her Stephanie. What I meant to say was the Tomato Lady. Barbara is next, as she says she has a question for me. Hi, Barbara. I would love to know which air fryer Jason uses. Thanks in advance. I have the Instant Pot one. That's the brand that I have, and I love it. It is the appliance I use most in my house. It really is.
Yeah,
even more than the microwave.
Too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
no,
off
no,
there.
no. I feel like I step on you.
No.
We use our Ninja. We have a Ninja one, and it's the big one though, and I can see why you might want a big one if you have a family.
Yeah, even when I reheat, if I get delivery, I throw it in the air fryer because it heats up in like 2 seconds.
Right.
It's amazing. It's the best appliance ever. Finally, a sweet message from Susan. Hi, Susan. She says, I knew Kendall when she went to Twin Bluff Middle School. I worked there, and she was one of my favorite kids. Kendall, you were always fun, bubbly, and kind, and it's nice to see that you haven't changed a bit. I love the two of you together. You are my happy start to the day. Susan! Do you remember Susan?
Yes, I believe it's the Susan that I am thinking of, that she would go around from classroom to classroom to help the students that needed a little extra help. She was the coolest lady ever. Like, everybody wanted Susan to like you. So, hi.
Well, Susan obviously did like you.
Thanks. I tried really hard.
Yeah, you don't have to try hard. And this is what you get. She's exactly how she is on TV. That's what she's like in person, especially in a flapper outfit. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The address, Jason Show TV. Friends, we're baking next. That's right. We're going into the Jason Show kitchen that doesn't exist when we come back. Back in a moment. Let's go see where Leslie Miller's wine is. Welcome back. This is going to be fun. Our next guest is one of 10 contestants vying for the title of Halloween Baking Champion. The show airs on the Food Network on Monday nights. Look at this.
Salty pretzel crumb is going to be wet sand at the beach with a float in the middle of the lake and a chocolate ghost that's haunting and floating over the lake. So the plan is that first I'm gonna pipe out her features so she looks ghost-like. Kind of like windy, creepy, spooky is the vibe I'm going for here. I need at least 2 of these. Spooky trees. All of my chocolate pieces that will decorate this cake are hand-piped. I think it's cooler when you make something yourself instead of just using a silicone mold. I actually like that it looks like there's some 3D stuff kind of going on here. I gotta get my raft on top here.
15 minutes, bakers.
Oh my God, 15 minutes?
Sherelle, that cake's looking good, but...
Their cake's looking good, John Henson. Please welcome back to the show our friend from the Thirsty Whale, Megan Baker. Welcome back, Megan.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's good to see you. Okay, I was thinking about this just as that clip was rolling, and that is when you take something that you do as a trade, that you're very relaxed with,
right,
that you're very good at, and you are very good, and you put it in the pressure cooker scenario of a competitive TV show, what is that like?
It's almost like you came to work today in a new studio. You didn't know where any of the cameras were, what the story was, and they said, you're on in 30 seconds.
That's a good analogy.
I mean, it really is. I knew where nothing was. I didn't know what I was gonna bake. It was pretty intense.
Okay, so what part of the process of can you describe for people that haven't watched this particular show, because there's a ton on Food Network, what is the format? Like, what, is it a series of, like each episode's a series of competitions, or how does it work?
So this season's a little bit different. So this season there is 2 challenges per episode. There's a thriller and a killer.
Okay.
The thriller gets you an advantage if you win that round. The killer takes you out if you're in the bottom. So I have 2 bakes every week.
2 bakes every week?
Yes, and they're surprise bakes. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know the kitchen.
Okay, so let me ask you too. There's no matter what your profession is, for me, and the producers will laugh, one of the things I don't always love doing is mispronouncing people's names. It is something I'm not great at all the time.
Yes.
What part of baking is like kind of your kryptonite that you don't love doing?
Well, I had a really bad injury with sugar once. I poured hot sugar into my hand.
No!
Yes, it was horrifying. It was the worst thing I've ever done in the kitchen, and I had to do sugar work under pressure for this show. And so just the fear of that alone, plus then you're under pressure in a time constraint. It was, oh man, it was insane. I made it through though.
That's frightening. That is frightening.
It was quite scary.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
Well, everyone's following along the show this season and it's super fun for me. So I wanted to show you guys a cool thing you can do at home with the kids or for your Halloween party. So what we've got prepared and what I'm gonna kind of show you how to make today are these lovely trick-or-treat cookies. And the trick-or-treat is when we break these open.
Shut up!
Is there a trick or a treat inside?
Look, have Eric get a shot. Well, there's the little jib camera right there. Look, just hold it still right there.
Yes.
There is a little roach in there, and it's not real. That is awesome.
Isn't that so fun?
I wondered, I'm not kidding, Megan, I wondered why these were so thick. I'm like, that is a thick cookie.
You gotta get the trick in, man.
So are they all, each one is different?
Well, I've got a plethora of little fillings here, so you know everything's a little bit different, and you can pick how nasty or how nice you want to be. But it's a fun little thing you can do with your kids at home, and you know something a little different.
Okay, how do we make them? I want to make one for Kendall.
Absolutely. Okay, so getting us started, I've just got some raw dough here to walk you through it.
Okay.
When you're making these at home, I used a pumpkin cutter. You can use any shape you really want, but the really important thing is as you're panning these up, put the whole pumpkin on the pan before you take out that center, because otherwise it's going to get all warped and weird and it won't line up.
Good. Okay, good tip.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure. Then you can either hand cut. If you have a small cutter, you can take out your middle section there, and then you bake all 3 sections so that you have a sandwich sort of situation going on here.
Got it. Okay.
Next, we're going to assemble. I got bison on me.
It's all right. Let me get you a towel somewhere. I don't know where there is one down here. Okay.
We'll live. All right. So we're assembling, right?
Okay.
So it's basically just a crafty project at this point. We're just going to glue this all together.
And you're using icing for the glue.
I am. This is royal icing. You could use buttercream if you wanted.
Yeah, don't use Elmer's. Don't use, I mean, seriously. Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
All right, so then we've got a whole cavity. So do you want to be nasty or nice here?
Well, it's for Kendall, so nasty. So let's do, these are little spiders.
Yeah, some little spiders in there.
Okay, I don't think she likes spiders. So do I put them just in here?
Absolutely, yep.
This is awesome. Okay, there we go. That's enough for her.
Until she breaks that open, she has no idea
She has no idea.
Getting. She's just a big cookie.
Yeah.
All right, then we have a little top situation.
This is awesome. What a cute idea. And it's, I mean, it's so simple. I mean, it is and it's not. I mean, but
anyone can do it.
Yeah.
It's just whatever treats you find to go inside.
Okay.
So you can make as many as you'd like of those, but then decorating is the fun part for me. That's my all day, every day. So we're gonna end up with some pumpkins sort of like this. But
we have like 30 seconds. I wanna see you. I'm not good at piping. We've done this show for 7 years, and I'm not good at piping cookies or cakes or anything. And of course, you are excellent. Of course you are.
It's my job.
It is your job, yes. Look at how good you are. I need to get good at that. That's one, see, I wouldn't even know to start with that. And then you ice them, you fill it in.
Yep, you just do your fill in. You can make all sorts of different cutouts at home for eyes and mouths to give them some character. It's just super simple. You can either use icing for that or pick up some fondant at your local craft store.
And there we go.
They're so
fun. The season just started, so go support Megan. Watch the Halloween Baking Championship Monday nights tonight on Food Network.
Tonight.
You can't say anything, but do you do pretty well? Just look at me.
It's a really good episode.
Okay, there we go. That's why I love Megan. For more information, head and support them as well. ThirstyWhaleBakery.com. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. It's a really good episode, y'all. Welcome back, everyone. Kendall, are you ready?
Yes.
It is time for the world's shortest segment. Jerry O'Connell has some explaining to do to his friend David Alan Grier following Grier's Tony win last night. Jerry tweeted his congrats with a text message between the two. Now that seems sweet, right, Kendall?
Yeah.
Well, the tweet showed David Alan Grier's cell phone number. Yep. Jerry asked people not to call him. Whoops. Don't you ever do that to me.
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Don't you ever, ever do that to me. We'll be back with the surprise ending right after this. Back in a moment. 612-111. Welcome back. Kendall joins me again, and it is time for our new segment we call Surprise Ending. Neither Kendall or I know what we will be doing in this final segment, so I'm just reading this cold. Today's surprise ending is a game. Our producers created a game called Hot Takes. I'll read a series of hot takes. Kendall and I will have to reveal if we agree with the hot take or not. Grab your paddle. Here we go. Oh, card. Okay. Number 1, the sitcom Friends is overrated and plays too often on TV. Disagree.
Yeah, I don't think it's overrated.
Number 2, Halloween is the best holiday of the year. Oh, please, disagree.
Christmas.
My birthday. Number 3, making the bed is pointless and unnecessary. Agree.
Disagree.
Yeah, if it's
That's
just...
how you should start your day. It's healthy.
I start my day with vodka soda. Number 4, there are too many streaming services available. Agree. Too many. For the consumer, it's too many. We need to narrow that down.
Too much.
Yeah, there we go. Tomorrow on the show, Nick Cannon will join us to talk about his new daytime talk show. But right now, if you're a kid watching, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. We agree with that, Kendall. Let's get out of here. Let's put a long gun.